This shows the full interface. I've got both the side drawers open, the timeline, and then here's the project window. Now, on my keyboard shortcuts, I have a key set to hide everything, except for the project window. So by invoking that key, I can instantly clean up the interface, so it's just the drawing canvas. If you wanted to, you could also have like a toolbar if you needed, and so you have a floating toolbar here, and then when you hide it, you've still got these tools. Let's say you were using these to draw with. But they can go back in the drawer if you don't need them. So, if you're just animating and you're just using the pencil tool, you can just start animating. And when you need to see the drawers or the timeline, you can instantly bring them back. The other thing you can do is use the 0 key. That will hide only the timeline. So that still leaves the drawers open, but frees up a little bit of space. And of course, you can always make the drawers so that you just mouse over them to see them. So I usually leave this left drawer open, and the right drawer where I have all of my custom toolbars are stored, I just leave that closed until I need it. Then I mouse over and there it is. So there's my interface with the timeline and the left drawer. I hit 0 and it minimizes the timeline. Hit 0 again, it brings it back up. My key for hiding the entire thing is J. It can be any key you want to assign to it, but that hides everything. It does not hide this upper level toolbar. That needs to be there. You could detach this and move it over here to the left drawer if you wanted to. I don't find that this top area along here really takes up that much space. And you can see I do have like the light table just floating up there. I have the display settings floating up there, and also the handy custom panel. So I just leave those open and floating. But it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. Now the other option is to set up a room like that. So this is room 1 that I'm in now. If I go to room 2, you can see it's just the drawing canvas and a couple of toolbars of pens and pencils that I would typically use. So those can also be minimized. So if I'm just drawing, with a black pen, this is it. It's very open. If I need to see the timeline, I just move down here and it pops up. So I can check out what's going on with the timeline. I can, make any changes if I need to move a drawing, whatever. And then when I move my mouse off of it, or the cursor off of it, it minimizes again. So I just move the cursor down and I see it, and then move the cursor up and it's gone. If I need to lock it in place, just click this little lock right here, and then it will stay in place. You have less room now, although you can of course drag it down like that. So that's still a pretty open interface. You don't have a lot of clutter here. Just a few tools to draw with. You can see your timeline. If you need to minimize, hit 0, bring it up, or you can just unlock it, and then it will instantly hide itself until you put your cursor back over it. And then you can just switch back to room 1 as you need it. And there's actually 4 rooms that you can set up for different things. I usually just go between room 1 and 2, but you can set up 4 different workspaces depending on what you're doing. If you're animating or you're doing more like effects and compositing, you can have a different workspace.